need to get it out somewhere. I'm 28 female, and I lost someone I love because I couldn't let go of someone else. And it's been 90 days since the breakup, and I still cry most nights. It's not even the kind of crying where I want him back. Although, of course I do. It's the kind of crying where I hate what I did. I hate the look he gave me when he realized what I'd become in his life. I went from being his peace to being the person who made him physically ill. It wasn't even physical this time around, but I broke every emotional boundary we had, and I lied about it over and over. My ex-boyfriend was still deeply embedded in my life during the relationship. We dated back in college, broke up in 2018, but stayed friends. And the truth is, I never fully let him go. Even when I fell for my partner, this wonderful, emotionally open man who gave me so much grace and security, I kept the ex around. I do not understand why. Was the sex great? Yes, it was the best ever, but it wasn't just that. It was the drama that my ex brought into my life that made it spicier. I was drawn to that, pathologically. So we got to talking again, and then it came to sharing things that I should have only shared with my partner. It was platonic because it wasn't physical, but it was already crossing every emotional line. My partner was patient at first. He told me he was uncomfortable, but I kept telling him that the ex was just a friend and it was all in his head. I gaslit him and acted like he was being unreasonable. Deep down, I knew it wasn't right, but I wanted to have my cake and eat it too. He gave me space to fix it, and I didn't. Even when he told me that the panic attacks were becoming a regular thing, that seeing the ex's name made him shake, I brushed it off, told myself he was too sensitive, told myself he'd need to adjust, that I couldn't let him dictate the relationships in my life. I thought he'd stay. I don't know why I thought that while continuing to disrespect and trample all over his boundaries. But he left, to no one's surprise but mine. And now, 2 weeks past D-Day, the memories of it still haunts me. Day in, day out. Update 1. He blocked me, and I'm proud of him. It's been almost 2 months now, and he finally blocked me on everything. I say he because that's how I've started thinking of him. Distancing myself because it hurts less than saying his name out loud. I saw him on Instagram last week. Mutual friends posted something. He looked happy, really happy, and it didn't hurt like I thought it would. I actually felt proud because I know I didn't deserve to be in his life anymore. And the fact that he's out there smiling and moving forward tells me I made the right call in not trying to crawl back again. I do still love him with everything I have. That will not change, at least till my next relationship. But love isn't always safe, and I turned mine into something sharp. I saw his tears the night he left. I remember the exact way he looked at me and said I broke his heart, the trembling in his voice, the way his face changed when he finally understood I'd been choosing someone else over him, over and over. He told me he'd tried to believe me, that he didn't want to be jealous or controlling or insecure, that he wanted to trust me, but I never gave him a real reason to. I think about that every night. I still have all the regrets. I regret not setting better boundaries with my ex. I regret lying. I regret minimizing his pain. But more than anything, I regret watching him spiral and still doing nothing. That was when I became the villain in our story, and I knew it, and I just froze. He blocked me, and I'm proud of him, because if I were his friend, I'd tell him to do the same thing, to run, to never look back, to find someone who knows how to put him first and actually follow through. I just don't know how to be okay with being the person he had to escape from. Update 2. No, he didn't take me back, and I'm glad he didn't. We broke up in December. I did try to reach out a few times afterward. Nothing pushy, just apologies. I wasn't trying to win him back. I honestly just wanted him to know that I was sorry, genuinely sorry. In June, he finally responded. We had a long talk. He said he forgave me, but that he couldn't ever be with me again. He told me he was finally healing, and that letting me go was the hardest but best thing he's ever done. He said he doesn't hate me, and I'm just someone that belongs in his past now, never in future. I respected it, and I let go. It's wild how quickly we can sabotage the very things we prayed for. I spent years waiting to meet someone like him, someone patient, kind, emotionally intelligent. Not like the ignoramus men I've been hooking up with endlessly. And when I got him, I couldn't let go of something I'd outgrown years ago. I kept justifying it to myself. The ex helped me get through so much. He knew me. He helped me reconnect with faith. I thought I owed him something, but I never stopped to ask what I owed the person who was in my life. On my bed, sleeping next to me, every single day while I handed pieces of myself to someone else. There were so many little signs I should have seen. My sister once accidentally called him by my ex's name when we were talking about baby names. We laughed it off, but I remember the look on his face. He kept swallowing pain to stay close to me, and I made him feel like he had to compete for space in his own relationship. This isn't a sob story. I don't want anyone to think this is one. This is just what happens when you don't do the work to close one chapter before starting another. This is what happens when you confuse comfort for loyalty and history for love. He didn't want me back. I don't blame him. I'm proud of him for not taking me back, for standing up for himself and for upholding his dignity. I'm just trying to live with the truth of who I became and do better next time. I don't even know if I'll be in another relationship anytime soon. God knows I'm trying, but if I will, I won't bring unfinished business into it. I'll never do this to someone again. The hardest part of all of this is knowing that I was the reason he had to learn how strong he really was. He deserved better, and he found his way out because of me. Comments: I did something similar. I kept my ex hanging around way too close while being with someone who genuinely loved me. It wasn't physical either, but it didn't matter. The lies and secrecy hurt just as bad. It took me a long time to realize that just because it's not physical doesn't mean it's not cheating. It's brutal when you finally see how much damage you caused, but it's also the first real step toward changing. I know the feeling of watching someone you love walk away because of your own actions. I cheated on my fiancé last year, and the way he looked at me when he found out still haunts me. People don't get how much that look sticks with you. The mix of heartbreak and disbelief. The fact that you're taking full responsibility is huge, though. Most people stay in denial or blame the relationship. It won't erase what you did, but it's a start. As a fellow wayward, I understand the self-hate. It's like you can't stop replaying every moment you could have just stopped yourself. I also had someone from my past who I wouldn't cut off, and I convinced myself it wasn't real cheating because we weren't sleeping together. But emotional betrayal cuts deep. I think the only way forward is to sit with the guilt, learn from it, and never repeat it. It's painful, but it's the only way you don't let the damage define you forever.